Hello everyone. So here I am again with my new video. I hope all of you are in very good health and safe. And to those who don't know me, I am CA Goel. I am qualified chartered accountant. I have qualified in September 2025. It was my first attempt. So here I am back with my new video. So what is this video about? So मैं ये वीडियो लेके आई हूँ आप सबके लिए. This video will help you guys plan your preparation. This is applicable to those who are giving their attempt in the month of November, that is November 2026, or also other attempts, that is later attempts. कोई भी अटेम्प्ट के लिए आप ये वीडियो यूज कर सकते हो, बट जो टाइम फ्रेम है वो टाइम फ्रेम में यू कैन यूज इट. So this video is about the strategizing your studies, strategizing your CA final course. Uh, how are you going to prepare and how are you going to clear your CA finals? I know ये वीडियो आई नो कि जो पहले दो अटेम्प्ट्स हुए दैट इज Jan 26 एंड May 26 इट हैज बीन अ शॉक फॉर एवरीवन क्योंकि पेपर्स वर लिटिल टफ दे वर आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स क्वेश्चंस. January 2026 में IDT came tough and IBS was also tough and May 26 AFM was out of the box. I get all those, but are you going to give up? No. These are, you have to keep in mind that paper, no matter how the paper comes, either it is tough or is it easy, you are not going to give up. You have to believe in yourself. So before starting with your preparation, you have to मेक योर सेल्फ काम कि आप लोग कैसे ये जो डेज है, ये जो आवर्स है, उसको कैसे आप यूटिलाइज करोगे, कीपिंग योर हेल्थ प्रॉपर, कीपिंग योर माइंड काम एंड also keeping your focus on the studies. So how are you going to do it? So before starting with your studies, you have to keep few things in mind जो मैं आपको भी बताऊंगी, जो मैंने अपने प्रिपरेशन के टाइम पे यूज किया था, और मैं जो अभी आपसे प्लानर शेयर करने जा रही हूँ वो भी सेम प्लानर मैंने अपने स्टडीज के लिए भी यूज किया था. If I tell you, my attempt actually was November 2025, but institute made a major change in the exam pattern in the month of March. I had just taken the DT paper. DT के classes लिए थे मैंने. There were around 200 hours of classes and I had just taken, and their institute released a notification of 3 times in a year. So we had an option either to give in September or our January. So I was very motivated कि I will not give up. I will complete my CA in 2025 only. I wanted to clear my CA studies. I wanted to clear my CA journey in 2025. That kept me motivated to study every day. And I had 200 hours of DT pending before starting with the preparation. So it was the month of April. I had a few discussions with my principal as well to leave me for early release for my preparation. We had discussions because all of this happened so sudden that no one were prepared for the uh, circumstances कि ऐसे कुछ होगा करके. So but my principal also supported me, and I had completed my 200 hours of DT in the month of April, and I have also prepared for my CA final. जो मैंने प्लानर यूज किया है वही प्लानर मैं आप लोगों के साथ भी शेयर करूंगी. उसमें बस मैंने 2-3 मॉडिफिकेशंस किए, डेट्स के मॉडिफिकेशंस रह गए, एंड आई गॉट ओनली 4 months टू प्रिपेयर, बट यू आर हैविंग 5 months इफ यू आर स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द 1st June. सो मैं आज ये वीडियो आप लोगों के साथ शेयर कर रही हूँ, एंड आई यू आर हैविंग स्टिल 2-3 days बिफोर द स्टार्ट ऑफ June. So you give yourself one day, sit with yourself, understand, analyze in what subjects you are weak, in what papers you are weak, in what topics you are weak, where you need to focus more, which part you can deal easily. ये सब चीज़ें आपको समझना है. You have to understand the whole syllabus, prepare the planner using this planner as your reference, and then plan your whole 5 months का strategy and give your exams. And I know I cannot guarantee you, but I can definitely assure you, if you are doing with all the zeal, with all the enthusiasm, with your confidence and your self belief, then definitely you will clear this attempt. I am promising you. If you are following the planner, what you have made, if you are having confidence in yourself, if you are having faith in yourself, definitely you will clear. But for that, you need to follow few things whenever you are sitting for your preparation. So let's get into the video. So here are the few points which you need to remember when you are studying. First of all, never lose your enthusiasm. when I was into studying, I was always excited कि आज कौन सा concept पढ़ेंगे, how am I going to deal with that concept, what I am going to learn. So never lose that enthusiasm of learning and understanding the things. Always try to be excited to learn the concepts. क्योंकि ये जो चीज़ आप जितना खुश रह के पढ़ोगे ना उतना आपको जल्दी चीज़ें याद होगी एंड यू कैन रिमेंबर देम, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड इन a better way. If you are in stress, if you are into pressure of learning things, then you cannot remember, you cannot understand the things. There will be negative energy created in you. So always be excited, always be happy to learn new concepts, to understand how is it, how to deal with such concepts, how what are you going to learn. So always be excited to how you are going to learn the concepts and understand them. Then always have patience. In some situations there will be some topics in the syllabus which you won't be able to remember for a longer time. You cannot memorize them. You are just studying, you are just reading the concept, but you are not able to memorize it. So what to do at that time? If you are not able to remember it, first of all, do not panic. लिख के रखो. Try to write. How much ever you write, you can remember them in a better way. If you are just reading, you cannot retain the things. But when you are writing and understanding the things, then you will retain it for a longer term, and you have to remember the key concepts. If you are not able to remember the whole key, you are not able to understand, or you are not able to remember the whole answer or anything, just try to remember the key concepts. Understand the concept, how is it being dealt. Because institute does not ask for the exact answer. You just have to mention the keywords which they require. Suppose if in audit, if you are studying, suppose the SRE concept, SRE, that is review of, it is not an insurance engagement, it provides a limited review. So there are some keywords where you have to use practitioner, where you can give auditor as a word, where you can use practitioner as a word, where can you give opinion, where can you give conclusion. So all these little words, where all these little things have a huge impact. So always try to remember the keywords, try to understand the concept, and if you are not able to memorize it, it's okay. Just write and move ahead. You will remember. You will definitely get when you are trying to solve the answer in your question paper. When you're trying to give test, you will definitely remember something or the other thing. So do not panic that you are not able to memorize it right now. Okay. Then whenever you are reading the theory concepts, the easy way to remember the things is imagining a scenario. So basically, the human tendency is to remember things which are visually visible, or which are into figures, because humans attract the figures and colorful things very easily. So try to imagine a scenario like you are in your article, like how do you dealt with such audit procedures, what you did in such audit procedures. So when you are imagining the scenario and when you are solving, you will able to understand the concept very easily and remember the theory part very easily. So imagine the scenario when you are dealing with the theory part. Then whatever it is, practical or theory or formula, whatever it is, always write. Don't be lazy in doing this hard work. These 5 months, if you are doing hard work, and if you are not just hard work and smart work, if you are writing the concepts, you will retain it for a longer memory, like I said before also. So always try to write. I was a person who used to just read things. I was too lazy to write anything or do anything. But during my CA final journey, I have written books. I completed almost 10 to 20 rough notebooks where I used to just scribble. So when you write things, you will be able to remember the things for a longer time. You will be able to retain it. You will be able to understand the concepts very well. Okay, so always write and understand the concept. Then you have to give test. Now, why you have to give test? After every revision, when you give test, you will understand where is your weakness, how you have to deal with such weakness, where did you get your concept wrong, how was the actual. You will get a better understanding about the concept. You will know about your weakness, where you need to focus more. So whenever you are giving test, do not give test with a fear of failing. Even if you are failing, it's okay, because you are failing now. You will not fail in the exam. When you are giving test, you will have a pre-mock about how you are going to write in exam, how you are going to present in exam. After every revision, when you are giving test, you will improve your score. I can also, at the end, I will also show you my planner, how I used to do. I will show you everything, how I dealt, how I written test, how I scored marks, and what was my actual result as well. So stay till the end, so that I can show you everything with proof, and you will also, it will be also motivation to you. Motivation does not come every day, but when you are following discipline, then you will definitely achieve things. Enthusiasm, discipline, patience, these all words will work when you are working on them together, when you are not losing confidence on yourself. You have to do hard work, you have to study with enthusiasm, bring happiness in yourself, be in a happy environment, do not think anything negative, keep your mind calm. Everything works when you are trying to work on yourself, when you are trying. Okay, so always give test after every revision to understand your weaknesses and also where you are lacking, which concepts needs more brushing, or what you can do, what you can't do. You are able to figure out by yourself. You are able to strategize for the future. How are you going to deal with the concept, right? Then always think positive, because if you are in a positive environment, you will definitely have interest. You will definitely gain interest in studying, and that will itself, you don't need any motivation in that time. If you are happy, if you are excited to study, then you don't need any motivation. You will yourself study, you will yourself understand the concept, and you will definitely clear the exam. Have think positive and always have confidence in yourself, because if you are not having confidence, then you cannot do anything. It is you who are going to change your future, who are going to make your future bright. So always have confidence, be positive and happy. These 5 months are your very critical. Every day is important. Literally, from the day one you begin till the last day of your exam, every day matters to you. Because it is not like what you are studying at the 1.5 day that will only be helpful to you. That is wrong. Because the day from the day you have started studying till the day you are writing your exam, if you did not even cover that concept in a 1.5 day, but when you have prepared for those 4 months and you have prepared that topic in those 4 months very honestly, very conceptually, you have understand the concept, then you will definitely be able to write that concept. That 1.5 day will not decide, but these 5 months will definitely decide what your, how will be your result. So do not think about result when things are in your hand. Focus on the things what you can do. Do not focus on the result what you are going to get. That we will think after exams. जब अपने हाथ में जब चीजें नहीं रहेगी ना, हम तब सोचेंगे. बट जब हमारे हाथ में चीजें है, we will give our 100 to 100% right. So let's get into the video and I will share how are you going to um, plan and strategize for your concepts, right? So let's get into the planner now. So as you can see, this is the scorecard. Okay, this is the scorecard, and in this scorecard, you will, like I said, in every test you have to, after every revision you have to give a test. So I have prepared a table. So this is the table. This is the table having every subject FR, AFM, Audit, DT, IDT, IBS, and after every revision you have to give one test. Like I have considered Jan 2026 paper, May 2026 paper, MTP 1, either of your attempt or of May 26, anything would be okay. MTP 2, at least 4 tests you have to give. And what is this average ka sheet? This average ka sheet is your calculation. You have to not make any changes into the into this column, because it will calculate automatically. So if you are seeing this, this is a formula driven. It will take average of your all. It will take average of your all 4 tests, right? So this is the sum of all your 4 tests. It will take your average, sum by count. So it will take all your average of the previously 4 tests. And based on your preparation, what will be your target? So this target, when you will you will set in your revision 2 or revision 3, when you are confident that you can score so and so target, you have to achieve so and so target, and how are you going to achieve this? Your average and target will be the difference between the marks of how much you were expecting and how much you are able to make right now. And trust me, whatever average you are getting now, you will get near to that only, because you are preparing for such a, you are preparing such a manner that you have given already 4 tests, so you won't be afraid of giving the main exam, right? You will be already prepared. So when you are getting these average marks, it means you are the original paper you are going to give, that will be also around that marks only, if you have been genuine with the preparation. Okay, and how much variation it was there, and what will be your remarks. Like you need to focus on silly mistakes. I used to make a lot of silly mistakes in the AFM paper, and I used to get afraid, because it used to cost me lost a lot of marks. So silly mistakes can be your remarks. And if in FR you can see the panic, or you can see the confusion you are getting into the consolidation problems, or or how are you going to focus on the problems. You can write those remarks for you to remember. Also, during preparation, you can prepare a points to remember sheet for the last day when you are going for your exam. What you will keep when to prepare the sheet. This sheet will prepare again in your revision 2 or revision 3. Right? In these points to remember when you are giving your test for revision 2 and 3, you will know what are the points you need to focus, where you are having possibility of creating mistake which can cost you a lot of marks. So this will be the focus points which you need to focus on the day of your exam to avoid those mistakes. Definitely कुछ ना कुछ गलती होगी एग्जाम में, क्योंकि uh, कुछ ना कुछ होता है, some due to stress, some due to panic, past experiences, everything. But your this possibility of mistakes can be reduced if you are remembering on the day of your exam when you have given test, when you realize that you are making these mistakes, then you can avoid these mistakes in your exams, right? So this can reduce the count of your mistakes, right? Then this was your scorecard where you are going to plot marks in your Jan 26, May 26, MTP1, MTP2, and the average will be calculated automatically, and you can know how are you going to perform, and you can improve your graph, right? Then few students who are very excited to know about their result pre-hand. Like I was the one who used to like estimate that I will get this much. I'm having this much target. I might get this much in between this range. I used to estimate like that, and it used to give me a chill. But not during exams. You have to do this after your exams. Maintain your curiosity till the end of exams. Do not think about the result during your exams. You can think about this after your exams. Okay. So how much are you going to expect? Was it meeting your target? So you can know by this, and if the result is good or bad, I hope and wish that it is good. But if it is bad, then you can plan to prepare for the next attempt. How are you going to prepare? What was the focus of mistakes? Where you need to improve the subjects? Everything you will be able to decide. You have to take everything into the positive. Even if you are not able to meet the target over here, it's okay. The target you are keeping just to achieve. This is not your ultimate goal. You are keeping this target to reach to that point. But if your target is not achieved, but you are able to pass, then also it is a very good preparation strategy. Because even during my times, I used to imagine, I used to expect I would get 1995. But in real case, no one. At least I thought I could not get, but I used to keep that used to keep me motivated that I would get 1995. My average did not met with my target, but at the end of the exams, when I gave my actual exams, I was able to score 4 exemptions. I was able to score 83 in the AFM subject, right? So definitely this scorecard will help you to plan, to have focus, and to understand where is your weakness and to improve that weakness. Okay. Next is the overview. What is this overview now? This overview is basically this overview I used to prepare. Now I made it little colorful, because when this is colorful, it will make every human is attracted to colors, right? So when it is made colorful, you will be excited to learn, you will be excited to open this sheet, you will be excited to do markings. And during my preparation, it was my favorite part of the day, where I used to highlight the concepts which I used to complete. Where I when I complete the test, it was my favorite part to put on the numbers of marks I have scored. So it was my favorite part, and I used to get relaxed when I used to do all these things. So I thought it would be helpful for you guys as well. So that is the reason I brought this planner for you. So this is your calendar, where you are having number of days. This is your date wise calendar. Now how are you going to do it? Because our India has so many Indian festivals. So definitely July, August, September are the main, we can tell, source or hub of festivals. So during this time, we know we also want to enjoy the festivals. Sometimes there are few main festivals like Ganesh Chaturthi, Raksha Bandhan, then Mashmi. Many people are excited about celebrating those festivals. So even if you want to celebrate those festivals, beforehand only you try to achieve the target. Or if on that day, if you are not able to study for 12 hours, you can try to minimize it to 8 hours and cover that remaining part, or choose those topics which would be finished in a less time, or which are your strong topics. You can highlight those with the red red font to make you plan you to help you plan before where are you going to cover, where are you going to cover those topics which are your strong, how are you going to complete your whole division, how are you going to cover those topics strategically, right? Then you are having number of days, what are the number of days you are going to have. So every month starting from the June you have 30, 31, 30, 31, 31, and 1 day of October. Total you having 154 days. But definitely you will not be able to study for all 154 days properly for 12 hours. Every that no normal human being can do it. Definitely you will have few things where you, a few days where you will not be able to study well. So that number of days you can mention here where you are going to study for less than 12 hours, and you can get total number of hours you are having in hand. Just for the sake of your you can tell self satisfaction, I prepared it. You can make changes however you want to, there is no problem. I used to do it like this, and I guess even you will like it. That's why I'm telling you guys, but you can definitely make changes to this sheet now. Because you're planning for 4 revisions, 4 tests, so these are your revision colors you can mark. Suppose you have completed this in days 36, 38, 40, 36 on the one day in your first revision, so you can mark this font, this cells with this color, so that your first revision is done. So these are your color revision marks where you are going to highlight every time you finish that part of revision, right? And how are you going to plan your 12 hours in a day? Like I was a night person, I cannot get up early in the morning, so I used to study till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I planned my day into the number of hours. Like every 3 hours, after every 3 hours, I used to take 1 hour, 2 hour break. Some people have a tendency of taking half an hour break for every hour, 15 minutes break for every hour, or half an hour after 2 hours or 3 hours. So you can plan your time slots as per your applicability if you're a night person or morning person, and try to cover those 12 hours. Okay. So according to me, I feel the better strategy would be from 9:30 to 12:30 will be your first slot. Then from 2 to 5 will be a second slot. 6 to 9 will be a third slot. And then 11 to 2 o'clock will be a third slot. According to me, I used to study till 2 o'clock. So I was following that slot only. Sometimes it used to happen that I was getting sleep early. So I used to wrap up the things early. I used to achieve the targets beforehand, or I used to reduce the break. Like at night, if it was for 1 hour break, I used to complete within half an hour, and I used to complete the concepts fast. Now, this target again is driven from this scorecard. What are you trying to achieve the target to keep you motivated and keep you um, discipline? You are going to post your targets here. It will automatically drive from there, and how many days you have utilized from 154 days. So whenever you are highlighting, suppose first June is over, you are going to highlight it. When you are highlighting and you are putting the count of day one, then you will know how many days are utilized and how many days are left for you to prepare. So it will help you have a track of all your preparation. How are you going to prepare it? Okay. Now this is the overview of the 6 papers you are going to deal with. Like in paper 1, there are these are the Indias you have to deal with: 36, 16, 40, 38, 105, 41, 2 financial instruments, and few of the topics I have marked in red because according to me they were like very important, and they had more weightage in the exam, or they were difficult for me, so I have marked them in red to have more focus on such topics. So you can also highlight those or unhighlight those which are according to you tough and they need more focus, right? And you have to highlight every time you finish. Suppose you are finishing India 16 doing your first division, so you will highlight with this color, right? So when you are highlighting, you will know how is your preparation going and are you on track or not. Then so here are the different tabs you are having in this Excel file, like June, July, August, September, October, and November. So I used to during my 4 months, because I got leave for 4.5 months, but first 15 days I have utilized for my classes completion, because I had a mental strategy of completing the classes first, then I can focus on my preparation whole and solely focus on the preparation. So my strategy was like that. You can follow any strategy. Like if you are having classes pending, you can modify the changes in the sheet, and you can also plan your studies and classes and preparation well. Okay. Then I had 4 months. So for that I used to allocate 2.5 months for my first division only, because I wanted my first division to be 100%. I wanted to cover every topic, do not leave even a single topic. So I tried to cover all of the topics during my first division, because in second and third we would definitely cut short, or we used to allocate some of the topics less time, or we used to avoid some concepts because they were already prepared and they were not much weightage in the exam. So accordingly, my whole and sole focus was to complete my first division, taking a we can take taking a more time, but I tried to complete 100% revision at least once during my preparation, and later on that you can make your revision faster, pace of the revision faster. So based on that strategy only, I have brought you this planner. So what I have written: generally take the order of classes. Suppose when you have during your articleship you took classes, and during those you took first as FR as your subject. So begin with FR. If you have taken AFM as your first subject, then start with AFM. Take the order of classes you have started and start your preparation in the order of the classes you have taken. Suppose if it is FR first, then start with FR. If it is AFM, then start with AFM. In that manner, you have to start. So, I during my first division, I used to take two subjects a day. So, because FR is a practical subject and audit is a theoretical subject, so practical and theory is the best combination. So I started with FR and audit. So audit, if you are seeing FR, in year 16, 38, 40. Now these are small topics. For that you are using 200 key series. So 200 has some major essays like 240, 240. So you need to focus on that. So I have allocated only 16, 38 and 40. Based on your pace and your strategy, you can plan to uh, complete the topics and allocate. You can also make changes in the sheet how as per your pace, as per your revision pace, right? Then on second date is 200 and 300 series, because there are not much essays in 300. Then you can focus on FR remaining concepts of PPE block, that is 36, 41, 105 and inventories. Okay, then 500 and 400 key series you are having along with financial instruments. Now financial instruments is a big topic and it is important also. So you have to allocate a good number of days for this concept. So I have allocated 5 days for financial instruments. With those 5 days of financial instruments, what are you going to cover? 400, 500, 600 and 700 series you are going to cover. And this RAIC audit plan, though they are not that important or may not be asked, some find it to be complicated. Like people like me, I used to avoid RAIC. I did only once or twice the revision of RIC because it was quite complicated for me. So I tried to cover that topic well in my first and second revision. So along with this management, you can complete this. Then professional ethics is a good concept. So you cannot take two heavy concepts on the same day. That's why I have planned. I have made a plan where you can use the heavy topics and simple topics on the same day, so that you won't feel much pressure. Now, professional ethics also is a big topic and has good weightage in the exam, so need good focus and understanding. So, I have allocated again 5 days to this professional ethics. But because this is a heavy topic, then you have to do some light topics like 20, 12, 1. And if 1 is possible on this day, it is okay, because 12, that is income taxes, is a bit heavy, a bit heavy, not much heavy, but bit heavy. So when you can do it on this day, if it is not able to complete it, then you can complete on this day along with 10, 37 and 8, 23, 24, 113, 19, 108, 34. This seems to be a too many number of topics, but if you see the weightage, if you see the concept of these topics, then they are very lightweighted, they are easy to understand and they are easy to dealt with topics, and they are definitely there can be questions from these topics into the exam. So if you are completing this along with the professional ethics, you will feel like most of the financial instruments, financial reporting topics are over, along with major topic of audit, right? So you can plan in that way. Then 610 internal audit, you can start with 102 over here. At the end of professional ethics, you can start with 102. 102 is related to SBB payments. That is also not too much heavy topic. It has a greater chance of being asked in exam. So definitely you can allot 2 days to it. And then 116. 116 again is a heavy topic. Along with that, you are allocating bank audit. Bank audit is a big topic and quite complex, but it is not asked much in the exam. So, if you understand the concepts well during one first and second revision, it may or may not be asked in the exam. It depends on the trend, it depends on the ICI. If it wants to make the paper tough, then definitely it will ask bank audit question, right? So, you will not uh, avoid any topic during your first and second revision, because at least revising topic twice is important for you to have a retain if to for you to retain into the brain that you have studied this topic. When the topic comes into exam, you should not feel like I have never seen this topic in the book only. So definitely you have to try to cover 100% of the concepts during the first and second revision. Then NBFC audit, PSU audit, due diligence investigation, 800, SRS, SRE, SAE, digital audit. Digital audit is a try topic. People avoid it, but it has 5 marks weightage in the exam, and definitely it is asked in the exam. So if you are able to read in your first two revision, it is a big topic, so people kind of avoid this topic. But we all know that it is definitely gonna be asked in the exam. So at least try to remember the topics which you are able to and complete during the first two revisions of your preparation. Caro 2020, and then when you are at the end of your audit, you have to give revision one day, and after the revision of one day, you can give test the next day. Test I prefer, normally you give test when at the time of 2 to 5 only. I suggest you to give test at the time of 2 to 5, because you will be habituated to give exam. But because this is your first revision, even if you are not able to finish your revision and you want to give the test later, you can do that also during the first revision only. But from the second revision, you have to try to give at 2 to 5, so that you get habitual to that timing, to that phase of time. Okay. Then this was the audit. So this marks the end of first revision of audit, but FR continues. But when you are revising for the audit test, you do not do any FR subject on that day, because you have to give test the next day, so you can give pause to the FR for one day and solely focus on audit. Okay, but people generally avoid giving test to audit. Do not avoid giving test of audit, because this will help you understand your mistake. This will help your analysis of understanding the questions very well. So though you are not gaining marks in audit right now, but in exam this strategy will definitely help you. It helped me as well. I used to score only in 40s, but in exam I was able to score well. So audit, you do not avoid test of audit, because it will help you analyze the question in a better way. How you need to answer the question. Just reading does not help you, but also giving test will definitely help you. Okay, then this was your this marks the end of June month, with completion of audit and few topics left for FR. When you are completing the concepts of audit, you can also complete 116, 103 consolidation. These are the big three topics which need good number of days. Then 118, 20, 111, 28, 33, 7, 21, and 115. Right? These are the topics. If once you have completed, now this analysis, ethics, accounting, they are normally asked in exam as theoretical questions, or they are normally asked in exams as MCQ. So at least have basic understanding of the concepts. And this ethics you are already studying in audit in, as professional ethics, right? And this accounting you are studying in digital audit. So when you have covered those, definitely they will be covered here. But you can just have a look through to the concept that uh, you have read it. So it will be kind of a revision also for that professional ethics and digital audit. So do not avoid it. Just try to once look through it, so that you will have a set mindset that you at least covered everything, right? When you are starting with this 115, you can complete small topics of AFM like the theory topics, securitization, financial policy, and startup finance. Because now the AFM has a good weightage of theory as well as practical. AFM is not only a practical subject anymore, because the 2025 marks weightage comes from theory. So when you are well prepared with the theory, then you have a good hold of marks of around 20. Out of 20, you have a good hold of at least 15 marks in your hand. So do not avoid the theory concepts. try to cover those concepts very well. As you can also see in the Jan 26 May 26 papers, they have covered a very good amount of theory, and they have not just your not tested only your remembering or memorization things they skill, but they have also tested your understanding skill. How are you able to understand the theoretical question, and how are you going to answer them? So prepare well for the theory subjects as well. Then on the 4th July, you have to give your FR examination test revision to give your exam or test on 5th July, and this marks the first revision of FR. So by the month of July, you will be able to cover first revision of two subjects already, and you are in the process of covering your third paper as well. So AFM ka theory will be done, and then you have to start with remaining concepts like securitization, portfolio management, mutual fund, business valuation, mergers, forex, derivatives, IRRM, IFM, ACB, risk management, security analysis, and then you can complete your revision. And by the end of July, you will be completing your Group 1 first revision already, right? But you do not leave forex. Forex has a good weightage in the exam, and the questions asked in the exams from the forex department is very easy. Either they are direct questions with just a change of numbers from your question bank, or they are testing your concepts in a easier way. But if you see in any attempt, the forex questions are very easy, and if you are having basic understanding, if your foundation is strong for the forex, then you can deal with the questions very easily. When your one tip for you in the forex is that imagine the scenario, how are you as a dealer or you as a customer, how are you dealing with the foreign currency, how is it being how what is the appreciation rupee, what is the depreciation rupee, what is the exchange rate, everything you will understand. So first understand the concept very well. If you're understanding the concepts and you are able to solve the questions, then forex is a big a category question for you guys if you are doing the forex question very well. On the 1.5 day, because it is a big concept, people tend to leave the topic. But if your preparation from the day one for the forex is very good, then you don't have to leave the topic. At least if you are good with questions and concepts now, later on in the 1.5 day, if you only see the concept, your task will become easier in the exam, and it will give you a very good grade in the examination. So do not leave forex during the preparation. And derivatives, as we see in the recent May 26 paper, uh, the institute has asked derivative question for ITM, ATM, OTM. What is ITM, ATM, OTM? People got panicked, but if they had used the logic, if they have, even if by their luck they have understood the question, like maybe it is related to gain or loss, and they have solved the question, then they will definitely score marks. So if you are seeing the wording and getting panic, then that is not going to help you. But if you are keeping yourself calm and you are solving the questions very calmly, then definitely it is going to help you. Okay, then after your FR, you can start with your group 2 IDT or DT. I took IDT here because papers from IDT are bit difficult nowadays, but you can try to complete the IDT over here, like supply, composite supply 1 day, charge 1 day, tax invoice 1 day, along with portfolio management. Because it can be heavy during this day, I took only tax invoice over here. Time of supply 2 days, place of supply 2 days, value of supply you are having for 3 days. ITC, because it is a category question, I have given 5 days. IST you are having registration. It is a small concept, along with derivatives you can complete it easily, right? And then you are having payment of tax, accounts, record, GWA bill return. This is a very small concept, because that's why I have given with derivatives. TDS, TCS again, or assessment, audit, inspection, procedure, because the questions weightage have been like in fifth and sixth question of the question paper, definitely they will test the concept from here, and they are easy to dealt with. So you can, if you are having articleship experience in GST or IDT, then this will definitely be an easy part for you. Even if not, if you study, you will get it. They are not much complicated topics. Demand recovery, liability in certain cases, offense appeals, advance winning imports, right? You can make changes into the file whenever you are doing it, as per your strategy or as per your study pace. But whenever you are completing a topic, so you have, if suppose you have completed, suppose you have completed Suppose you have completed this 200 wali, 500 wali series. Just highlight it too. So when you are highlighting, you will know what concepts you have completed. Have you achieved your target or not? So this will help you be motivated that you are going on a right track and you are able to complete the concepts really well, right? And when your sheet is colorful now, then you will be motivated, you will be excited to learn, you will be excited to understand things. It will bring us some sort of excitement in your day, right? Then in the month of August. Now this is the third month and you are already at the you have already completed your group 1 revision and you are on the verge of completing your second revision as well. Now during the month of August we will try to, because the subjects are finished, like almost at the end, you are left only with two topics, so we can give one topic per day, one subject per day, like you are on the verge of completing your IDT. So let's not start with the DT. First, let us complete with the IDT. So IDT, if you are doing only considering IDT per day, then you can try to complete exports, refunds, miscellaneous, ethics, customs, introduction on a day, one day, levy exemption, classification, warehousing, refund on one day, import, export, baggage, postage, types of duty on one day, valuation, FTP, and you can start with your revision and give your test on the IDT on 6th August or earlier and complete your IDT paper. Now, when you have completed this, you have to also remember that August, now the festival season is going to begin. So mark the days where the festivals are there or where you will not be able to focus on the study. So from here you have to plan in such a way that if you are not able to study, suppose on 11th there is some festival or there is some function at your home, you are not able to focus properly for 12 hours on the subject. So try to keep a lighter topic or try to finish your revision or try to put it in such a manner that you will be able to finish the topic in earlier and strategically way. Your studies should not be compromised with all those things, right? Now, basics, capital gain, because you're doing one subject per day, mostly in 2 days you have to be able to complete the capital gain concept, amalgamation, demerger, then you can start with PGBP. PGBP, you are completing all the three topics within PGBP within 3 days. ICDS form, AOP, BYPP, and electoral trust, political party and electoral trust, other sources, dividend, liquidation. Because you're doing one subject per day, we are trying to finish it at a faster pace so that at the end of August you are completing your first revision. By the end of August, within 3 months, you're going to finish your first revision, right? So these are the concepts. Now you may see the number of concepts you are going to deal with is very high. Like on this day, you are feeling that deductions, appeals, DRC, miscellaneous, penalties, provisions, taxation under VDA, exempt, and tonnage. These are too many topics. But if you see the weightage, if you see the questions, if you see the amount of, like, the quality of the topic, they are not much heavy. Deductions is an important chapter, but appeals, this is a procedural. So they may ask, may not ask in the exam, but you are going to just prepare for it, right? If you are seeing the tonnage taxation, this never asked in the exam. You are just reading for the sake of covering. Exempt income, again, it is not asked much in the exam. VDA not asked much in the exam. And there is two pager topics, so you can finish them fast, and the count of the topics will reduce for you when you are coming till here. If you are seeing over here, now you feel that this is too much. But if you are seeing actually the concept, it is all theoretical subject. It is all theory, and if you are understanding this theory, then you will definitely be able to finish and it will help you for further revisions. Okay, then you can plan your, if there are any pending topics, you can try to cover up till 27th. You can plan. I gave you one day buffer over here, and then you have to complete your revision here and you have to give your test. Now you are left with 2 more days in the month of August. So what you will do for those 2 days? IBS, now the institute is testing a good IBS. So in this IBS, you can try to finish your law and costing conceptual knowledge. How are you going to deal with the questions? You can prepare well for law and costing. Okay, so if you are preparing for law and costing, you will not have the stress of IBS paper as well, and you can solve one paper of IBS here. Okay, you can solve one paper of Jan 2026 IBS. You can solve here. for your score. Okay. Then by the month of September, I feel they should release the RTPs as well. Okay, so even they are releasing the RTP, you are along with the revision, you are going to cover the RTPs also. If by the month of September they are not releasing the RTP, or at the mid of September they are going to release, so you can plan the RTP revision in the next two revisions also. So there is no hurry. But what RTPs you need to cover over here, I will also mention what RTPs you are going to cover. So RTPs you have to cover of Jan 26, May 26, and November 26. At least three attempts RTPs you have to cover. Past papers you have to look for Jan 26 and May 26 to understand the pattern of the paper, how are they asking, and how they are going to ask, to understand the pattern and to understand your weakness. You have to solve MTP. So if you are doing these things, then definitely you will pass. Definitely you are going to pass, but you have to be genuine with yourself. You will yourself know how is the preparation going, and you will definitely be confident about your preparation if you have been genuine with yourself. Next is the September month. Now here, because your second revision starts here, you can allocate 7 days for each subject. Okay, 7 days for FR per day. You are going to do 7 subjects. AFM, based on the revision you did in your first phase, and based on the marks you have scored, based on the test conclusion, which topics you are difficult, which topics you can merge. Like if you are doing financial instruments on one day, this is a heavy topic. Along with this, you can complete some small topics like 24, 113, 108, or 23 or 21. Like this, few number of topics you can complete on the same day, and you can reduce the number of topics of financial reporting, and you can try to cover the question. So you have to plan how are you going to complete the FR. Suppose you are doing business combination and 103 on the same day. You can try to complete 20, 111 and 28. If you are doing only these four concepts, it will be more than enough. You cannot do any other concept, because 103 in business consolidation and business combination itself two heavy topics, so you cannot have any other small topic with them. But 118, 111 and 28, you can finish with them because they belong to the same group, right? Then we are having AFM. Suppose you feel that AFM has less number of topics, or there are few topics which need more focus, and FR has needs more focus. So you can also change the number of days. Like you can allocate few days for FR, and remaining days you can try to complete the AFM. But plan in such a way that your second revision gets completed by October first week. So when you are giving 7 days for each subject, so FR, AFM, audit, IDT, and DT. Okay, so audit, IDT, and DT you are going to finish by 5th October. There can be some topics when you are completing your DT, IDT. There can be some topics which need your focus. Like in audit, there might be few of the concepts which you are not confident yet. So you can try to, if you are having time, you can try to cover it in the extra topic space over here. So that along with the light topics, you are going to cover the extra topics, like the topics you are not confident and you feel doubt that they might come in the exam, and you are not able to focus on that. And then you are planning for the third revision. You may plan like four revisions, or you may plan three revisions, increasing the time period of each subject in the third revision can have you complete your third revision, no need of fourth revision. But here I have given you strategy for four revisions. So how are you going to do it? So in first revision you took almost a month for every subject. In because you were doing two subjects a day. Then second revision, because your first revision base is very strong, second revision will be completed within 7 days, and then you can start with your third revision. Third revision you can reduce it by 3 days. So 3 days when you are doing 3 days audit, 3 days AFM, 3 days FR, because you have recently completed IDT, you cannot start with group 2 again now. So go by audit, AFM, FR, IDT, and then DT. Now here, when your exams are approaching, you feel to give more focus on the group 1, or you will decide where you are lacking, or you want to give group 1 or group 2. Based on that strategy, you can plan your fourth revision, like you want to focus only on group 1, or you want to give both groups. Okay, then DT you can give 4 days. Along with IBS, if you are having time, you can try to give a 4 hours exam test, so that you are in loop with the IBS exam also, you are not missing it. So you can try to give IBS exam. Then you can start with your fourth revision. Now here what are you going to cover? So you have to cover during this fourth revision all hard topics or topics in such a way that if in 1.5 day you are not able to cover any such topic, you are covering it here. Suppose in IDT there is a concept of inspection, search and seizure. You are not able to cover on 1.5 day, you feel. So you can try to cover it up here only. So do not miss the topics which you are going to miss on 1.5 days. So you can try to cover it here. You want to give test, you may give. If you want to just study, you may study as well because you have given already 3 mock tests over here. Then you are having IDT, audit, AFM, DT you have covered. So now when your exams have approached, you are going to start with your real preparation. And for FR you can allocate 4 days. So these are 2 days starting from 29, 30, 31 and the month of November. You can plan your 1.5 day strategy and you can try to start your exams. Now, when you are planning your second and third revision, you can also plan for your 1.5 day, like what are you going to do. Now, during the fourth revision, you know this topic is going to be missed, so you are avoiding this topic on 1.5 day. But other topics you are going to cover. So, what topics you are going to cover here, plan it, and accordingly, you can plan your fourth revision, like what topics are need to be focused more, what topics are important, and what topics need to be focused more, right? So, this is your 1.5 day, and when you are completing this, your exams are done and you are free now. Now you can think about your result, how the exam is gonna be. But before completion of your IBS, before 13th November, you are not going to think anything about your result, right? So this was the template I used even for my exams. I am going to show you how I did during my preparation. So this was the planner I followed every because my attempt was September 25, so past 2 attempts, that is November 24, May 25, I gave test for them. I to give MTP 1, but MTP 2 I could not give because my health did not support me during the month of August, just 1 month before my exams. But still, I was very confident that I would clear the examination because of the previous 3 revisions. So do not, that's why I'm telling that your preparation begins from the day one, your success begins from the day one. So do not miss even a single day of your honesty work. Study every day with honesty and with full focus and with enthusiasm, so that you will definitely achieve what you need. I used to have targets of 90, 95, 85 in every subject because I was confident. But actually, see, if you are seeing my targets, they are not even near. I used to have variation of 60-70%. But in real life, if you are saying what I have achieved, I have achieved 66, 83, 52, 72, 57, and 67. It got affected due to my health also because in August month I was not well. I could not prepare well during the month of August. It also affected my result. But later on, if you are saying I have achieved 397. What I expected 396. I have achieved 397. There is only 1 mark variation. Those subjects have a bit of variation, but the overall variation was expectation was matching. So you will know how you have prepared your exam. So I used to highlight these were the days when I didn't study well. These were the days when my health has been deteriorated very badly. I could not even study, so these were the days I could not focus. So almost I have lost. If you can see, I did not even study for 4 hours during this days. So if you see, almost all 21 days I have lost in my due to my health issue. I was not well to study, but all the remaining days have helped me achieve that CA title. Right. So I used to highlight. There are, if you see, there are different highlights. Some are with orange, some are with green, some are with blue, some are with yellow. So based on the number of revisions and how I have covered those, I have highlighted the topics, how I have covered it. I do not remember the color of revision, but definitely there are few concepts which I have read only during my first revision. There are only few concepts which I have read only till my second revision. Yeah, in the month of April, I had to complete my classes. So these were my classes I had to complete. So these were the topics I had to complete, from taxation regime till the appeal revision. Actually, till the non-resident part I had to complete, but I could not complete. I could complete only till appeals. I did not complete this. So how much ever I have completed, I have tried to complete it. And there was also house shifting in our house, so I could not study for the whole day. And then I thought I would first start my revision, and whatever the topics are left, I would cover during those revision. There were only one two topics which I have left, so I completed during my revision. And here how I have completed. So I have started very with a lot of motivation. I gave many tests. I gave in between also, when I took classes, the faculties used to give us tests, so I completed those tests as well. Whatever are the highlights I have completed on that day. This screen marks the amendments were that were present in the subject, right? So these were the topics I have completed. The gray part indicates that day I have completed that topic, and the red marks indicate that I was not able to give my 12 hours on that day, right? So these were the topics I have completed. So if you see, in the month of August, because my health was not supporting me, I tried to complete. But from the 9th August, it was a day of Raksha Bandhan, and my health got deteriorated after that. I did not study anything on the day of Raksha Bandhan. Gave zero. I gave zero hours of study on the day of Raksha Bandhan. I was enjoying the whole day, and after that, my health got deteriorated. The orange marks that I have not completed on that day, but I have completed later. So if you see, I have not completed the target. I have not achieved my target. I have not studied well. If you are able, if you can see, then on the day I have completed only bank audit on a single day. If you see this, I have tried to complete professional ethics and BFC, but these are not on that day only. That were after that. Uh, 1 or 2 days I used to complete the target of a single day. I did only MTP and submitted to AK sir on that day. I have just completed 115. I have just completed these small topics. Only these topics I used to able to complete due to my health issues. I was not able to study properly. And if you are seeing this, this day I got a little better, so I tried to complete. But this was also not done on the same day. It was done later. Then after this, I got a little so that you will see how I have finished and what are my actual results. Okay, so this is how you have to plan your studies. So this is how you have to plan your studies. This is how you have to be focused. You have to be confident that you will be able to clear. You have to plan. You sit today or tomorrow so that you can give yourself time, analyze your topics of difficulty, easy, medium, tough, and important, unimportant. But you are not going to leave any topic. You have to complete 100% of your portion. If you are doing that, then only here it will say that you have tried to complete everything, because this brain always thinks that you have completed everything or not. Something some people think of completing everything, covering everything. Some people think of covering only the important topics. But at least during your first two revisions, you are not going to skip any topic. You are going to complete everything, everything and everything. Okay, you are not going to compromise with your studies, with your mental health, and always stay positive, stay happy, and prepare so well that you are going to be a CA in this attempt. You're going to be CA in December or Jan, whenever the results are going to be declared, and you will definitely clear it if you are being honest with yourself, if you are being disciplined, if you are being happy, if you are keeping yourself happy, if you are thinking positive, then definitely you will achieve. It's just the game of mental health and patience and confidence. So definitely you will clear it. All the very best for your exam. Be focused, and if you are having any problem with the planner, you can definitely connect with me on the Telegram. I will definitely help you with the plan. How are you going to do it? And also this Excel file which I have showed you now, the planner template. This template I'm going to share with you all on the Telegram. I'll also provide the link. I will also provide the link for you all below in the description. You can go on that link. You can download the template. You can plan it. You can do whatever changes you want to. But just utilize this 5 months for yourself. Do this for yourself, not for anyone, but for yourself. You will definitely clear it. Right? So all the very best. You will definitely be a CA. You will be deserving. You came this far. You have cleared foundation. You have cleared your interview. You have completed your article. Now this is just the final stage you have to do. Just have a little patience. Just do hard work. Focus on yourself. Focus on your mental health. That's all it requires. Right? So all the very best. I hope आप सबको अपनी सफलता मिले. You get what you deserve. Okay? And always believe in yourself. And always believe that जो होता अच्छे के लिए होता. That's it. Okay? Thank you very much, guys, for staying till here. I did a lot of bug, but I did it after a lot of days. So comment me what you want me to do next. I'm also planning on taking a few of the AFM topics. You guys can let me know if you want any help in the AFM. I would definitely be helpful and do everything to help you guys achieve the success, help you with the concepts. You can connect me on the Telegram if you have any uh, discrepancy in the topic, or if you are not able to understand how to deal. I would definitely help you. We are all in this together. So all the very best. Thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe to this channel, to this video, and share with your friends as much as you can. Right? So all the very best, and let's end the video now. And कमेंट में ज़रूर बताना आपको नेक्स्ट क्या चाहिए. Okay? Thank you.